Welcome to another episode of 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Episode 22, I think?
That's a question.
It has been a long time. It has been well over a month since we last played.
Again.
Due to the number one issue people have with playing Dungeons & Dragons, trying to assemble a number of people to play.
Schedules.
Yes, life happens.
The internet was supposed to fix this problem.
Mm-hmm. not for lack of willingness of players, but for a lack of availability of players to play. It happens. It is the number one issue for Dungeons & Dragons. Trust me on that. There are many others. So, let's do introductions, and then we'll do a recap. We shall start in the top left corner of the screen, and that is Kashka.
Hello, I'm playing Grifola, a Deep Gnome Warlock.
Mm-hmm. Also, next to Kashka, we have Lissa and Mr. Monkey, who will be without camera today.
Yeah, sorry about that. I am Natea Cloudbane. I am an Asmar Paladin. And you have the furry companion here next to me.
Smoke on the horizon. Just your average run-of-the-mill kitty cat stabby tabby rogue.
I like that you've adopted the stabby tabby mantle. And then next to them we have...
I'm going to make a t-shirt one day. Or a coffee mug.
I approve.
Oh, surprised.
Next to them we have Robin.
Fernriker, Human Ranger, Gloomstalker. No, I don't know what my sub-race was. Oh, well, class was. Oh, well. It was a Gloomstalker.
He's a human ranger that can see in the dark. That much I know.
More or less.
Indeed. And then we've got myself. I'm Valen. I will be playing the Dungeon Master or Games Master, whichever title you deem fit and applicable in your world. And it's pretty much me that's running the game here. This is 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. And everybody here is currently a bunch of people that were originally lost, came to Waterdeep, found a home, and have since been just kind of put to all sorts of tasks just to try and pay the rent. In this case, they've decided to break into a mansion of a noble in broad daylight, kill the groundskeeper and dogs.
I thought it was night.
Well, it was broad daylight when you entered, but minutes later,
There was a total eclipse, and
total
everything
eclipse
went dark.
Yes. And you guys broke into the manor in the dusk hours, killed the groundskeeper and his dogs.
They weren't really the groundskeeper and his dogs, in our defense.
They were the groundskeeper and dogs. I don't know.
Not
what
when
you
we
guys
killed them, they
about.
weren't.
Then you ended up busting into the mansion itself, not just the grounds, and proceeded to find all sorts of dead bodies littered about. Found two people in the dining room, proceeded to trick and kill them.
I love how you act like we're the bad guys and none of these guys.
I'm just giving you perspective of what other people might see. So
Don't forget, Valen is playing all of them, so technically
yes.
you're the bad guys to him.
Remember, there is a very large law force in this city, so you never know what might happen. Anyway, you guys ended up killing the people that were in there. Most likely they were the people, or at least some of them, that were responsible for some of the deaths in the area. You also found a whole bunch of servants were pathetically huddled, in a small...
They weren't pathetically huddled. They were trying to, kick me or something. I remember seriously feeling like I was under threat. Don't kick the gnome.
they're used to just doing
short.
servant things, not fighting, defending themselves. They were terrified and pathetic. Anyway, a gnome came in and scared the heck out of them. So you guys moved along, found those two thugs that were in the dining room, standing over a bunch of bodies that they were apparently trying to loot or attempt to. they were lulled into a false sense of security only to be stabbed in the back or face and shoulder. I think a hammer was involved in there too. They fell pretty quickly to your ruse, which was surprisingly well executed, if I do say so myself.
Oddly enough.
Yes. And
It's the only thing I'm good at. Actually, I'm not really that good at it, but that's all I got.
There was no previous discussion amongst the group that this was going to happen. Just, it happened as it did, and everyone's like, okay, we're doing this. And then you proceeded to hear more rustle and tussle upstairs. Upon going to look, something I neglected to mention is that you were hearing a ruckus, is what I will call it at this point. And Graffola and Smoke, as you were walking over in that direction to have a look, you hear the sounds of what can only be somebody being stabbed and falling down. And you see a bloody, completely covered in blood hand, thump, just kind of fall over the edge of the top of the stairs.
Wait, somebody's hand just rolled down the stairs?
Yeah, that's all you see sticking around the corner.
Oh, okay.
At
so
the top of the stairs.
It could still be attached. It's not.
Most likely it is, but with the amount of blood that's pouring off of it, most likely they're either covered in some kind of red substance that isn't blood, or they're probably dead because they're.
Well, at least their hand is still attached.
Yeah, it's so far as you know. So this happened immediately upon you guys taking the first step towards the ruckus. So, shall we continue?
I hope so.
Probably.
There's a rather wide stairway. It's like 10 feet across. It's very like majestic looking, except for a bunch of like bloody footprints and steps and looks, stuff going up them. It's carpeted, railing on either side, and it has a hand sticking up around the corner at the top that is currently just like drooling a lot of blood down the stairs. It looks like it was actually gashed open, probably around the wrist area.
Alright, so a whole bunch of people fighting.
That's what it sounds like. There is a bunch of people fighting, most likely at the top of this stairway here.
I'm going to ready a spell action.
I'm gonna peek my head around the corner. I want to see.
I'm going to swap over to using my bow.
You're swapping to a bow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm going to stand right here in front of everybody.
Smoke, are you sneaking in front of her? You said that you were going to peek around the corner. Okay. But otherwise, I'm assuming that she's therefore going to try and protect other people?
Yeah, if anybody comes down, I will ready my mace to smack somebody.
Okie doke. So, I'm going to nab this group. This might take me a moment, because I am going to need to zoom out, move you, and then zoom back in.
Magnifying glass.
What's that?
Use the magnifying glass on top left.
Magnifying glass. Oh, for zooming? Nah, I just zoom out like this. It's fine. Which, in fact, I need to zoom out. Wow! I didn't know I could zoom out that far. Holy crap. Everything got about like this big. That was quite impressive. Alright, let's drag things up here a second. And I'm starting to realize I probably should use the hourglass. Thank you, Robin.
Oh, the magnifying glass.
Let's go with... Wait, did I say hourglass?
You did say hourglass.
Yeah.
It's been a long week.
I'll tell you what, I need a glass of something right now.
Maybe that's the problem.
Alright, so let's grab all of you over here. Hui! And straight up. Just scroll straight up on the map.
Okay.
And you'll probably see yourselves. I'm going to scroll up as well, and then I'm going to try zooming in.
Hang on, can I put myself back down the stairs, please? Because I wouldn't not have rushed around the corner
hold
that.
Hold on,
okay.
Just wait. Let me zoom.
All right.
Okay, so if you want, you can go back down the stairs a bit. I was just moving all of you so that you're going in this area.
Sorry, I'm not running around the corner like.
Yeah, so I will move some people.
Matea is though.
we're gonna
Oh, we know
have
Smoke definitely is.
Kitty right there peeking around the corner, and probably Paladin Girl swinging her mace.
Maybe.
See if I can actually zoom in a bit more here. Let's bring this up to 70%. Hey, that's starting to look a little bit better. Hey, I just need to scroll to the left. Okay, so you guys start coming up, and it's clear. I mean, Smoke, you get the first sight of this, but it's very easy for the rest of the people to see this as they're going up, because it's pretty much, they can see, between legs and arms and stuff. So even Vern can see this. There's a pile of bodies here, and they look like they just died. And there's some in the house dress with the chain shirt. There are others that are in black leather, and it's going to be difficult to actually get past this because there's at least a dozen dead people here. So consider the flat top at the top of the stairway to be difficult terrain for this purpose. But otherwise,
fortunately, I am dexterous, being a kitty cat and all.
Are you all trying to be sneaky or just walking up and not worrying about it because there's already so much noise?
I'm gonna say I'm not, because I'm very not sneaky.
You can still attempt it. I mean, the rest of the group is covered for you before.
What do you mean? It never covered for her. It was covered for me.
That is Smoke's stealth.
I was about to say, holy cow, Natea. That's impressive.
There's mine.
That's impressive still. Okay. Grifola,
Yeah,
Vern, are you sneaking as well?
If they're not... Oh, okay, they are being sneaky.
You can still be cautious going up the stairs. You don't necessarily...
Yeah.
I mean, Grifola, I could put you on my shoulders and just throw you.
There we go. You'd have to see me first.
That's true. All right, so surprisingly, you all went up the stairs very quietly. Probably the direness of the situation got to you, and you were like, we're not about to be jumped. We understand that there's a threat.
It may have taken me and Natea about maybe 5 minutes, but it's fine.
And if anything, those that are fighting here might already be aware of those that were downstairs previously that you just dispatched, and thinking that you might be them. So therefore, you have not aroused anything but Smoke. Upon peeking your head around the corner, there's no need for a check. You can see that there are 3. In fact, I will move you a little bit forward here. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. There are 3 what appear to be dressed as Zentarum, if only because they're wearing the black leather armor at this point. Can I not click on that? And on the other side of them, because currently they're all with their backs to you, on the other side of them are 4 of the house guards, and they're all in a pitched battle right now. It looks like it's been fairly even, I believe. Yeah, actually, mostly the house guards are down on the ground. There are a few of the Zentarum as well. And I'm just going to refer to those in black leather armor as Zentarum for now, just for that ease.
I think we kind of figured that out.
A door over here that you most likely can see. I don't know if I can just do that in here. Why is this so slow? There's a door right there that you see that is slightly ajar, and you can see some movement on the other side, and you can actually hear a thud, thud, thud on a wall, like somebody is trying to bash a door down. You have not been seen, and everybody is just behind you on the stairs right now. So what are you all doing? Actually, I'll say Smoke, because you just saw what's going on.
All right. I'm going to... Well, I've already got a dagger out. So with my other hand, I will hold up 3 fingers, point around the corner, and then go ahead and stab the one near it.
Okay. So
the 3 fingers are being held up like where we can see them? Is that...
Well, yeah, that way you know how many people there are.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you sure it's not like a Boy Scout swear or something like that?
Somehow, I don't
swear
think
to
Smoke was
stab
ever a
this
Boy
guy.
Scout.
No, and I use the German way. You know,
Ah, okay, so like
summon.
this. Gotcha. 3. Or is it like this? I can't remember. All right.
It's the thumb, forefinger, middle finger. That's it, Kashka.
Ah,
Can't think about like.
Yeah, I know.
Notorious. Right, Inglorious Bastards.
Yep,
but,
I know, and I couldn't remember the scene. I knew it was a giveaway. Obviously, I'm American.
That's right. I'm not getting caught by no Nazis.
Arrivederci.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. All right, so your sneak attack hits home on the closest thug, regardless of the bonus he may have received from being around the corner of the stairway. And is that with your sneak attack?
Yep.
Yeah, I
5
rolled
plus 7.
I rolled.
All right, let me see what these guys have. I think they might already be injured. Ah, yes. Yes, they are. In fact, I think I need to change each one of these guys to a different value. Let's click on this.
Just to confirm, is the room lit?
It is very well lit up here. You should be able to see just fine. The stairway, there's like some lights up on the walls. I think they're like little enclosed lanterns or something like that. So this guy has... There we go. That should do. Yes. All right. So you stab the guy, and you get a stab in the side. He kind of goes, ah! And let's see. He makes... What's his perception? His passive perception? Because I don't know if he would have seen you. No. But he would get a perception roll for that. So I'm going to give him just a straight up wisdom roll. And... yeah, he looks around... and like runs into the wall in the process because he wasn't expecting a stab there, and he kind of half trips a bit at the same time. He didn't seem to see you, Smoke, upon stabbing him. You got lucky because he's got like 4 guys in front of him that are also trying to stab him, and he might possibly think that it was one of them. So
well, then I might want to duck my head back again.
Even more reason why they didn't see you.
Hell, I may try to stab him again. This is like a fun game for me.
Well, actually, let's... you guys at the stairway see him reach around, do the whole 3, and then you see him go with a big toothy grin, stab, and he like ducks back around the corner real quick with an even bigger grin and a bloody dagger. So what?
There's still 3.
Yes. So what are you guys all doing as well, seeing this transpire?
You said there's a big pile of bodies, right? Like
there is.
I guess. Oh, this is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna have to try to pull some of these bodies out of the way so it'll make a little walk.
All right. Make an athletics check.
Well, super strength. Why don't you just beat someone with one?
If that's what you want to focus on, that's going to be to clear a path, then that's going to be your entire turn. And basically, if you're trying to clear as many as possible, you're going to want to just grab limbs and toss to like one side, and you'll probably be able to clear a path for you guys like that.
Yeah, that's pretty much just enough for us all to it'll be single file, but just enough for us to get through that.
Okay. With your 12, and if you're dedicating your entire action to it, you should be able to accomplish that.
Okay. And then I'll just step back where I'm at. I'm like, it's clear.
Okay.
I'll stab again then.
Can I like hop over and hide in amongst the remaining bodies that are like over here?
Yeah. Yes. No.
I'm just like, it's gonna smell so bad.
It's Griffo. What are you talking about?
She just kind of shrugs.
Remember the source?
Right.
She's one of those people that cover herself with corpses during the zombie apocalypse.
It seems like a legitimate tactic.
She'd be one of those that would start the zombie
All right.
apocalypse by accident.
I'm gonna try and sneak across to here, like, and hide in amongst the bodies.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna kind of just advance up.
So, what do I see?
You see pretty much what I described to Smoke. There are several Zentarum. There are 3 Zentarum.
So these guys at the front, or the closest to me, are the guys in black leather.
Yes, and
Okay.
then there's 4 house guards defending what looks like. You actually have a better view than Smoke did, because of your angle. You should be able to see that there's some double doors that are slightly ajar behind the guards that seem to be, where they were defending at this point. And you also see straight south a slightly ajar door, and you can hear some banging going on, sounding like someone might be breaking down a door or attempting to.
And that banging is coming from the south or from
The south.
Okay.
Currently in front of you guys, or in front of you if you're facing, like, let me grab this thing. If you're facing this way, then you see the backs of these Zentarum. They don't seem to be paying you guys very much mind because they're currently in a pitched battle with the guards, the house guards. Even though one of them got stabbed, they thought that they got stabbed by one of the house guards and didn't think much of it.
Okay. That spell action that I readied,
Yes.
I would like to use it now, please.
What is this spell?
I'm going to use Infestation. And
What?
I'm kind of guessing that this is the guy that Smoke stabbed. Seems like it's kind of within arm's reach from where I saw. There we go. Infestation.
Infestation. You cause a cloud of mites, fleas, and other parasites. Oh god. To appear momentarily on one creature you can see within range.
This guy.
The target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw.
My
Wait,
DC's really low.
Which
so-
guy? Which guy? The closest?
This guy.
Okay. Yep, the one that got stabbed before.
Yeah, can I have them like pour out of his wound where Smoke stabbed him to really get freaky?
Target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or it takes 1d6 poison damage and moves 5 feet in a random direction if it can move, and its speed is at.
Yeah, that's probably not going to work out for me because he's only got like,
All right. Well, first let's have this guy do his Constitution save. What is the DC?
You just roll it and I'll tell you.
All right,
It's more fun
there.
this way.
What is the DC?
Oh my god. Come on, just tell me what he got. Please.
People can see in chat already, so come on.
Yeah, but I can't see.
I know.
Alright, the DC is 13.
I'm sorry, I rolled a 16.
Yeah, okay.
So is there no effect?
Or, I mean, he might be itchy.
Okay, so you,
I mean,
you tried doing this.
He,
Some stuff.
he resists the poison, I guess, is the...
Succeed on that. Or take the poison damage and move 5 feet. Okay.
So all he has is
It's a
mites,
cantrip.
fleas, and other
Yeah.
parasites on him. That's it.
That's
Yep.
a cantrip.
So
I didn't even
he's
realize
kind of like
that.
itchy or whatever. There you go. That's the effect. Slightly freaky.
Welcome, Raiders, and thanks for stopping in. So,
Oh, crap! Wrong screen.
I'm gonna say you do create exactly what you said.
Lawful stupid RPG, you're amazing!
Where the cloud of mites, fleas, and other parasites do appear momentarily to be coming out of the wound. Problem is that wound was on the back, and he didn't seem to notice it. And because his entire concentration is forward, it did not take hold, and that's why it didn't work. He already was like gritting his like muscles because of where he got stabbed previously. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes total sense because, it's a shitty cantrip.
Magic mites makes sense too. So hey, why not?
They're fleas, but that's fine. Are the parasites? Could it be like maggoty? Maybe it's maggoty.
There's still some on him. Yep, totally. Just crawling.
Fine, my spell sucks.
All right. Anything else you're doing?
Nope. I'm just gonna duck back down behind the dead bodies and kind of like.
Okay. So, Natea, Vern, are you two doing anything upon seeing her lurch forward and try casting a spell and then ducking?
I just ready my bow.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and step around and I'm not gonna smack that one. I'm gonna smack.
Okay, you're just stepping right out and just bong.
Yeah. Yeah.
With your sacred mace. Or is it a warhammer? I can't remember.
It's a
It's a
mace.
mace.
Ah, the Oathkeeper Mace, yes. Oh, that hits. That hits very well. Okay, 5 points. So you just walk up and just whack right on the back of the guy's head. He's got like some kind of leather cap going on, but you knock him like into the wall, ka-thud, and he turns around half dazed from the blow, but he's not out, and he says, "They're coming from downstairs," and the other two turn around as well. At which point the house guards take advantage and start taking some attacks as well on these guys. Now that they're distracted and seem to have somebody to help surround them. So, can I click over here? Yes, I can. They're going to take some attacks on the other two. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. All right. Of which it looks like some of them did get some. Oh, that's wow. Okay, so that same guy that shouted that ended up getting stabbed in the back by one of the house guards. So he gets finished off. The one that you just smacked with the hammer or with the mace. So he's dead. It'll take me a second to click on this, if ever. Oh, it's because I've chosen the wrong thing. But another one of them ends up taking a wound from turning to see you guys. Let's see, this guy here is now axed. And the other one parries the blow that was attacked and directed at him, and actually is able to make an attack in return at the guy that was attacking him. Oh, I did not realize that. Okay. Wow, okay. And actually does some serious damage. They've got maces, the guys in the leather outfits, the Zentarum. But the house guards have long swords. And okay, yeah. And the guard that he hits, because of the chain shirt, it takes most of the blow, and therefore he doesn't seem to have been taken out or anything like that. He did do some serious damage, though. So, Smoke. Let's actually keep playing this out the way that we're doing right now. I don't think we need to actually go with initiative because you guys kind of came in with a sneak attack.
What?
And
That's
you're
crazy talk.
continuing on. So let's just keep going with that rather than redo it. You guys set your
Alright.
order by doing the sneak attack, so.
Alright, then I'll go ahead and slide between Natea and the wall and stab the guy in the...
Go for it. That actually hits. Don't forget to move your character.
Ooh, do I get a sneak attack since I'm around?
Yes, actually, they are. Pretty much, you guys are flanking now because they're being attacked from both sides, let alone two different party people. Or two different parties.
Party people!
So, are you attacking
Yeah,
the one that was in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay. That one there. Actually, I don't know how much health he has left. I will find out in a moment. Oh, he still has 20. Okay. So then you do a good stab on him. Actually, you did a really good stab on him. But
Yeah, I did. Stabby, stabby.
he is very injured, but he is not bloodied. And you're able to pretty much you did another stab on this guy in the same spot as the other guy. But this guy's very aware that he just got stabbed by a big cat in this case. So next, Grifola.
I am going to bust out another spell. I'm going to. Hang on. Okay, I'm gonna do. Hang on. So, is this guy injured or no?
Yes,
This guy.
they're
There we
all
go.
injured actually,
Oh, okay.
except the house guards are actually looking pretty good. Like they're not very injured at all.
Suddenly, I feel like we're on the wrong side, guys. I'm gonna witch bolt against this guy.
For this situation, we are on the right side.
All right, so you're witch bolting the southernmost guy.
Yeah, I think that.
That hits.
What?
There.
That's crazy talk.
That is their armor
Ow.
class. Well,
Oh,
you guys,
wow.
funny thing, you guys are actually part of the Zentarum, so this is a very.
I know, this
interesting
is why
turnaround.
it's like, oh god.
We're also part of the Grey Wardens and someone else and something else. So
There you
Well,
it
go.
works for
Take
You're
two
a
big bad
conglomeration
points of
different
lightning
things.
damage.
2 points of lightning. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a 1d10? Is what
My
that is?
Discord connection is
1d12.
dying.
Well, yeah, actually, that connection is really bad.
Switch back.
No, it just came back again. No,
Yeah,
because
it
if I switch back, I lose my connection.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay.
we'll just deal with the connection issues. So you do 2 points of damage to that guy. And let's see, I don't think he's got very much as it is. No, he doesn't, but he has less now. Okay, he's still standing. He took a zap. Probably the fact that you were trying not to hit the rest of the party members and just give the guy a zap threw your aim off a bit.
I mean, I'm trying not to hit Natalia, but I
Not
mean,
really
the house
hard.
guards, I'm not really
Yeah,
bothered
not
about.
really
I'm
hard. You're
just
like,
saying.
which? Oh, yeah. Ah! You still hit him, but it was just like in the hand or an elbow or something like that. You're like, die.
So you gave him a numb elbow.
Yep. All right, Vern, what you doing?
I'll put some Legos down next. That'll really hurt.
Go
That is cruel and unusual.
You guys are playing second edition. Oh, wow.
That's
Throw down
cool.
Legos. We're gonna have to change your alignment.
Thaco. Good old fashioned Thaco instead of armor class. Ooh.
why don't you shoot that guy,
Oh, you're gonna shoot? Shoot him
top guy.
with a freaking longbow
Alright,
on a
shoot.
stairway in a 10-foot corridor. This is awesome. Okay, go for it. That hits. Armor class increase or otherwise, that still hits. 9 piercing. Were you aiming at... Here, let me... Oops. I clicked the wrong
Top guy.
thing. Tuggun. Okay. All right. So that drops him.
There, that's my marker.
Yeah, sorry about the slowdown. It's the dynamic lighting. I gotta figure out how to turn that off. Get with Kashka on how to just cover things with black squares. 'Cause that seems to really work a lot easier. All right. So, oh no, wait, that didn't drop him. I was incorrect. That bloodies him really bad. He drops to one knee. There you go. I was reading the wrong health bar. There's a lot of health bars in this corridor. Just saying.
Did they just all give their armor to the middle guy?
Did what?
He has a hell of a lot of hit points.
Not really. You guys just haven't been doing a ton of damage, and you've been splitting your attacks on different guys.
Sure.
He's taken 24 points so far.
Well, he just
Yeah.
took 9
Yeah, they all give him his armor. Here, buddy, you're the one who's gonna live.
and 5, and actually, it doesn't matter. He's got one.
Think about it.
9.
He's got 1 hit point left. Okay. So he's on one
We
knee,
could kick him.
and it
We
is
can
now
already
Natea's turn.
Just kick
Well,
him.
yeah, I'm just gonna. Can I just kick him and then I'm gonna hit this? Oh, I could shield bash him, right? And then hit this guy with my.
I don't know. Do you have second attacks like that? Does your shield bash work as an offhand attack? You know what do you
I don't
want to
have
do,
it
and I'll
now.
work it out with you. How's that?
Yeah, I don't really have shield bash as an ability per se. I just wanted to hit him, like kind of like when you backhand somebody, but with the shield.
All right, I'll tell you what. You can hit the guy with your shield. It'll be 1d3 points of bludgeoning, and you lose the armor class bonus for this round. And you can do that as a bonus action, and then you can do an attack with your mace if you want. I'll just homeschool it right there.
Yeah, well, I don't hit him either way with the shield. So I'm still just gonna bash this guy.
All right, so you actually just you just kind of like try hitting him, and instead, because it's such close quarters in here, you end up just pushing him, and he just kind of like almost falls over, but instead he just like knocks into the guard behind him, who almost drops his longsword because he closes the gap between the two of them. So they're kind of like almost dominoing over at this point from your push. But go ahead and make your attack on whichever next guy you wanted to attack. All right. And is that on the southernmost guy or the guy you just tried to shield?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's on that guy.
All right. So go ahead and move your character 1 square then, or 2 if you so desire. Pretty sure you could manage that.
Yeah, I'll move him like right behind.
There is
Coming
there is
through.
a door right next to you. It is slightly ajar, and you can actually see some movement and hear loud banging inside, and somebody like swearing. Excuse me. You actually
Just
hear the
yelling,
door. The
"Come
door
through."
sounds like it's starting to splinter. Anyway,
Okay, well, yeah, I'll have my shield up after that.
so you smack this other guy that you just got over to with your Oathkeeper Mace, and pretty much do the same thing that just happened to the previous guy. He kind of drops down to one knee at this point. It looks like the Zentarum are literally on their last legs in this very narrow space.
Jokes. CM jokes.
And then the guards actually try joining into the fray. This is not going to go good for the Zentarum. I think that they're pretty much... Oh, I didn't realize that they could do that. Okay. Okay, yeah, they just get diced by the guards. Pretty much, the last of them are killed. You guys are seen as somewhat of an ally because you came in and just started stabbing these guys and hammering on them from the back.
Hey.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, now we can see again. We can hear again.
Okay. let me try switching. I might lose my image, but I will try switching. I'm gonna go back to where were we? Western Europe, where we started. Everybody there?
Mhm.
Yep.
All right. Sorry about that, folks. Technical difficulties. So, basically, the guards just finish off the last two Zentarum. Just they've got like long swords and short swords, and they just kind of stab these guys, and they go down dead. One of the guards just like kind of double taps these two as well, just to make sure they're not getting back up, and they actually like hold their weapons up, and the guy that's in the back, which I'm going to point to here, this guy here, he actually says, "Ho there! Who are you?" And they're prepared to attack you, but they are not, because they don't know who you are. Even though you did just, they're unsure if you're a friend or foe.
Hey, have y'all seen a wooden guy running around here? We're kind of looking for that.
You hear coming from the back room where the double doors are slightly open. You hear someone call through and say, "What's going on out there? Have you finished them off? I can't keep this up in here." "Ma'am, we're just dealing with it. We've got some visitors who came to aid."
I get up and dust myself off. And kind of step forward and say, "We're here to help. We are Force Grey. What are we? Help me out, guys." And I show my little badge thingy.
I just roll my eyes.
Did you say Force Grey?
Sure.
Or did you say your gray hands?
Grey hands.
Okay.
No, we're our own team.
As you say gray hands, you hear
X-Force, yeah.
Oh gosh, they're gonna just all die. So as you say gray hands, the words get drowned out by the sound of wood splintering. Crunch! Coming from that room just south of you guys. And somebody scrambling through the doors, and a howl of somebody on the other side, sounding like, "Ah!" And this one guy says, "Come here, you urchin, I'm gonna kill you!" And he starts just tearing through.
I can say, "Hold that thought," and kind of run for the door. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm right in front of it, so they're not really gonna go too far.
I mean, how do you know there's no exits from that room?
He's coming through the door at me.
So which way is he?
No,
does it sound like he's coming?
Nope,
Oh, is he going in the other one?
Nope.
No.
Hold on. So, this is what you hear coming from this doorway that you're facing, but it does not seem to be approaching you. It sounds like it's going away from you.
Okay.
There is a door that is slightly ajar directly in front of you, Natea.
Okay. I'm just like, "Who's in this door?"
What's that?
I just yell at him, pointing, "Who's in this door? Who's in this room?"
The door is just open at this moment. Or, slightly ajar. Are you going to, look or something? Or are you just shouting?
Natea's yelling at the guard.
I'm sorry.
I think Natea is yelling at the guard.
I was yelling at the closest guard, "Who's in this room?"
And they're like, "Who are you? We don't... What? The place is in shambles right now.
Oh my god,
Identify yourselves." And they're just standing guard at the doorway. At this point, defending.
I'm kind of like, "Natea, what is going on in there?" And I'm like pushing you forward a bit.
I'm like, "I don't know." I said, "These guys are really... You're not helpful. If you're guards, you're just not helpful. I'm gonna just force the door open."
Okay.
Come on.
Hold on one second.
I'm
like
busted.
Moving some stuff at this point, and I'm trying to get to the right screen. Dynamic lighting. I need to... Uh-oh. Can you move back a bit? I don't want to delete you by accident.
I they're running in, I'm
I
gonna
think I
yell
got
at
it.
Smoke and at Vern
Oh, I
and
did get it.
tell him, you deal with these guys in that room. We'll deal with these other ones.
Wait, the one where we're in?
Sure, you can handle them.
So as all right, Natea, you can move back forward again. So as you come through, you see you're in a bathroom that seems to have a pass-through doorway that seems to have been hacked to pieces, and a man gets through this opening just as you come in. He pops into the next room. Now,
So
I
he's
removed
like-
the doorway, but you actually, it's not very passable. He slipped through wearing some leather armor, wearing what
So
you
he's
got.
moving this way, right?
Yes, wearing what you're wearing right now. You're not sure you'd be able to fit.
So.
Alright, I grab Griffola. I'm gonna move up and I grab Griffola and I'm like, here, and I just push her towards it.
You push me towards this door? Like, over here?
Well, yeah, I'm like, here, I can't get there. You need to go through and try to help.
I scramble through.
Smoke, Vern, what are you guys doing? There are guards shouting at you. They look like they're getting more agitated.
Smoke, you do it. You do the talking.
He's so afraid to even speak anymore. Vern is now struck in mute.
Because of the last situation.
You guards keep guarding and talk to Mr. Vern here. I'll be back. And I follow.
Oh God, we're gonna be working for these guards.
Or Vern's going to get killed. One or the other.
Oh god.
All right,
I
so
don't
go
know how
ahead and
many
move
bosses
your-
we can have.
Move your character to where you're wanting to move. Vern, I need you to make a perception check.
Your party has abandoned you.
All right.
I'm sorry, I don't notice it.
I see puppy hugging.
Yes.
that was
looks amazing.
excellent. You might want to let her know she's currently on the internet. Anyway, so you don't hear anything of note, but the guards are all just kind of like staring at you, ready to stab you, and you look very confused at this point. Griffola, you pop through the hole immediately after this guy here. It's easy for you to get through. It's just that the shoulder plates that were on, or the shoulder settings for Natea would have been too much for her to fit through without busting the door down more. So you're through. There was a pile of furniture up against this door, and you're on top of it. So all you did was just kind of get past through
Scramble
an
through.
opening that was actually at head height.
Okay, so I kind of like scrambled up.
Yep, and you're on top of all this furniture.
Okay.
There seems to be, let me see, actually, what room number is that? Heavy furniture, etc. Yep. And you see a heavyset man who is currently threatening what you could only assume to be a noble, who's cowering in the corner with several flying snakes flying around the room. Winged snakes.
The heavyset man, what's he wearing?
He is currently wearing...
What's he wearing?
What are you wearing? What are you buying? Oh, there he is down here. He is wearing...
Please tell me he's wearing more than a towel.
He's wearing black studded leather armor.
A single sock.
He's got black studded leather armor. He's got the obvious, because you're looking at the back of him, he's got the obvious snake tattoo on the back of his neck. In fact, he's got several. And even the hand that he's got on the guy's throat that he is currently squeezing a bit has tattoos on it as well.
Mm.
And
So he's Super Zentarum. Not just a little bit, he's like full Zentarum.
Ultra Zentarum. But let's see, and I think that already was changed. Got it. And he is very upset with this guy. He has currently... Oh, shoot, I just closed that.
Yeah, it said pug.
Yep.
He's got a short sword currently held up a guy up. He's like holding the guy up by the chin, and he's got a short sword up against the guy's throat. And he's currently telling him to shut up. Like, really, he's just going, shut up right now. And he's just really upset with this guy. And he says, tell them to back off or I'm going to cut your throat. And he looks over his shoulder and he sees you.
No sign of a Nimblewright, right?
No sign of a Nimblewright in the room. The
I'm
snakes
like,
all
do I
turn
back
to
up?
you at the same time. And he instantly just kind of takes a step behind the guy. This guy's heavy set. And he takes a step behind the noble. Real quick and easy like. Like it took no effort at all, even though he's heavy set. And part of his face is burned.
Wait, hang on. So
I
here's
bet he's got our rock.
And he says, one step closer and he gets it.
I say,
And the noble guy is just kind of like, just like complete and utter panic.
okay, hang on. Time out. I don't have my notes because they're on my laptop.
Okay.
What's the Zentarum guy's name in the yawning portal?
Oh, you mean the leader guy that you were talking with?
Davil.
Davil.
Yep.
Thank you.
Davil.
That's the downside about not making paper notes. Oh, you know what? I might have put them. Never mind. So I say to the heavyset guy, I look at him and say, "Don't worry, we're helping kill the house guards." I say, "Davil sent us." I'm trying to pull like the same trick that I was on the guys back in the like, you know.
I need you to make a deception check.
Here we go.
I'm waiting for it to fail.
Shoosh you.
Let's see.
Ah.
Of course.
What is it for sense motive? Is it intelligence or wisdom?
One moment. There is no sense motive. Haha.
Insight.
Damn it. It's wisdom.
Thank you. Okay. He raises an eyebrow upon your ruse. And the snakes were starting to go for you, and he says, "Stop! Not another step closer. Who are you?"
I say, "You really want to have this conversation right now?"
He says, "I've got nothing better to do."
Well, I mean, we could kill that guy. I point at the noble.
And he actually, like, tightens the short sword a bit. You start seeing blood.
I say, "Go on. You know you want to."
He says, "This is my way out. Now back off."
I say, "You don't need him because we're like your way out now."
He says, "I didn't call for reinforcements."
I know. But don't worry about it. We've got your back.
I just yelling to the Griffola. Can't get in, Griffola.
I say, "Look, there's a party of us here. Davil sent us to like watch your back, and that's what we're doing."
All right, let's stop for a moment
Okay, yeah, because
and go on to Natea, who Griffola goes in and starts trying to reason with somebody who's getting very loud and threatening inside. You can see the situation, funny enough, through Griffola's legs. Because of the height that
something
she's standing.
that never happens.
And you can actually see all of this transpire. Smoke, you can hear it and pretty much piece it together. You might be able to see a little bit past her as well. Vern, everybody's piling into the bathroom, and you're being left alone with these guards who are wanting to kill you. So what do you do? And I mean that like all of you except Griffola.
Stutter and explain something. Whether or not it's related is a side matter.
Go on.
So, we're kind of following this, a Nimblewright, like, machine type being, and we got here and attacking, and yeah.
Vern is so honest.
Hold on 1 second, actually. I wasn't expecting that kind of response. I need to look somebody up here and have them. What number is that? That's a different page. There it is. I need to click on her. What is her passive? Oh, that's actually pretty good. Okay. So a woman's face comes to the double doors behind you, or behind the guards, and says, "You saw my Nimblewright? Did it make it out okay? Did they stop it?"
Which one?
And she says, "Just bring him in here." And she backs off, and the guards start approaching you to take you into custody, type thing.
Okay.
Smoke.
Will you resist?
No, but I'm yelling for smoke.
Okay, Smoke, Natea, this is going on at both sides, you guys know.
I look through, I see what's going on in here. I can't really do anything, so I'm like, do whatever you're gonna do in here. Crap.
That's not Vern. That's a dead body. Dang it.
No, my cat just.
I'm pretty sure I'm still breathing, Val.
Okay. There we go. All right, so they're grabbing you and pulling you towards the double doors right now. And I understood something just happened with...
My cat sat on the keyboard and everything is tiny now.
It's all right. We can still vocalize it. Go old school.
Yeah. So I'm yelling through the door between Griffiths legs. It's like, man, we don't have time for you. Just do what you're gonna do and leave. And I hear Vern yelling, so I'm gonna tell Smoke, go and see if you can help her. I'm gonna go up here and help Vern if I can. Find out what's going on.
This is perfect. Somehow I'm splitting the party. Okay. So, Smoke. What is it to you?
Okay. God, I don't know. Okay, I'll just walk up behind Griffola, poke my little head in.
You could
man, you got my rock?
You could probably fit through being a cat. You just need to have an opening the size of your head.
Okay, I'm sliding in that room then.
All right. So,
hey, man, I think you got my rock.
Griffola, you're kind of being pushed a little bit while he's trying to come through the opening.
You feel a giant fluff ball touch you.
I'll just put her on my head like a hat. Go through.
So the threatening guy that's inside says, "Back up, you idiots! Clear the doorway! We're coming through there!" And he starts trying to walk closer towards you guys. And you can actually see, Smoke, that there are 3 flying snakes in the room. And they seem to be between you guys and the threatening individual. And the noble, of course.
I'm going to start acting like I'm trying to move furniture out of the way.
Okay. Which is perfect because you probably need a lot of time and effort to do so because it's quite large and heavy furniture. Mm-hmm. And that is something that you are not.
Mm-hmm.
So, by the way, in the bathroom was a very large claw-footed bathtub.
Are there any windows? Like where I think like these guys could make an escape?
That's a good question, actually. I'm not sure if there is. Allow me to double check.
I just kind of want to know if they have to come through me to get out.
I didn't give you a room description.
That's
a wood-paneled bed chamber with a bird cage on a table and a large circle inscribed on the floor.
Wait, there's a circle inscribed on the floor?
There
like,
is.
What kind of circle?
All sorts of runes and stuff.
Like, I think it would be magic, being a magic user myself.
Make an arcane check.
Blah, 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 blah. I hate Arcana.
Come on, Arcana check.
But I worship something completely different. How about a 10?
You think it might be decorative. It might be magic. There's a 50-50 shot. Especially since in the middle of it currently is the birdcage.
Hang on a second.
Let me finish describing the room.
Okay, fine.
There, in the middle of the circle is a birdcage with one of the flying snakes sitting on it. And the gate of the little birdcage is open. And the other two are currently out in between you guys and the noble.
Does one of the flying snakes look a little bit fatter, like bird size fatter than the others?
You would hazard a guess that they were likely kept in the cage.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought they'd maybe eaten a bird.
It looks like there are some large windows behind them on the southern wall, but they have been shuttered.
On the inside or the outside?
Looks like on the outside.
Okay.
And it looks like it may have actually been bolted or something like that. It's not. It doesn't look like a normal set of just like pull closed shutters. It looks like there's some kind of fastening mechanism on this side, perhaps on the other side, but they are external shutters.
Okay. So while I'm pretending to move furniture, I'm actually going to cast Detect Magic. See if the circle on the floor is magical or anything in the vicinity.
Okay. Do you still need to perform motions, anything like that, to cast your Detect Magic?
It says I can cast it at will.
Right. Which means that you can cast it as often as you like.
Yeah, so I assume that I still have to do the same things that anybody else would do when they're casting the spell.
And what's the requirements for the spell?
I don't know. Let me look this up. Let me look this up, Mr.
Automatic,
Ballin.
meaning- Yes.
While that's going on, can we
Yes, exactly.
talk to the guards?
So
and
you start.
Brett, see what's going on?
You see them like taking Vern's like bow, like they're trying to push it down right now, so he's not aiming it at anybody, and they're like kind of dragging him by the arm. There's one on either side, and the one in the front is currently trying to just keep his bow out of like being used. If possible, he would just try to remove it from your hands.
Can I just put it away for a sec?
Yeah, he just doesn't want you to currently walk in with a drawn bow, and they're currently just dragging you in like, come in, the lady wants to have a word.
I'll grab Vern by the arm. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? Who is the lady before we figure all, go into detail why we're here? Who is this lady?
I was a little too truthful.
And you hear over top of the heads of the guards a woman on the other side, obviously of higher breeding, one might say, saying, just bring her in as well. Come on, this is taking all day.
I'm like, you come out.
And
Right
they all
the
just
door.
they actually just like kind of step aside at this point. This is going to take me a second to kind of move them, and they're just kind of like pushing Vern forward and encourage and trying to like get you in there as well. She's like, it's not safe out there. They've got the rest of the house covered.
They don't, because we've killed them all, but you need to step out. I'm going to grab Vern and pull him. I'm like, my friend doesn't go in there. I don't go in there until you at least show your face at the edge of the door. I'm not going anywhere, neither.
She says, seize them!
Okay.
And the guards draw weapons
I
again.
tell her, we've cleared your whole house of everything. Your servants are alive. That can be taken care of if you don't.
And the guards pretty much are like, drop your weapons now.
I tell them, drop your weapons. All we need to know is who you are. We came looking for something in particular, not this fight.
Make a persuasion check.
Vern puts his bow on the ground calmly.
I just kicked Vern in the butt. I'm like, why do you do?
The guards actually look a bit confused. And the lady says, I know not who you are or what you're doing here. I appreciate your help, but you're not being of assistance, and I'm not coming out into that horrid hallway while there are evil men wandering around my house. Now either come in here or leave.
Well, then I suggest you take your pansy guards and you hide yourselves away in that room until we tell you it's clear, and then we. Because right now, my friends are in the other room with the last person that's in here with some gentleman, some fancy man, and he's gonna get killed if I don't go in there and help my friends get this guy. So you and your guards lock yourselves in your room where you've already been, and we'll take care of this last guy because I guarantee it's the last guy, and then we can talk.
That was a long 6 seconds, but anyway.
Yes, it was.
Natea's talking really fast. She's like, listen.
You gotta. So she just goes, I never, and she just kind of like pushes the door, which barely even moves, by the way. She goes to push the door and it just kind of, the door just kind of goes, and some other guy comes up to the door and kind of gives this like look at you, rolls his eyes and slams the doors and says, and as he slams it, I need both of you to make a perception check.
Nope, I can't see out anything.
Okay. He says something. It would appear to the guards, but neither of you caught the words. They did not attack or anything from it, but there you go. The door is closed, and you hear it click click, and the guards then take their position back in front of the doors at this point, and are encouraging you to back off.
Can I pick my bow?
All right, tell Vern, pick up your bow. Let's go and take care of this other guy, please. Can you just go shoot him in the head while we're waiting? Because I can't get in there. You can get in there.
All right.
Wait, you said I could? I don't think I can.
Yes. Everybody can get in that door.
No, I was saying you can put your bow. You can get your bow. Is what I was saying.
No, I was talking just now today about the thing.
All right, let's switch back over to Smoke and Griffola. So the guy is saying, back away from the door.
So I do a kind of like back off and I start trying to like, I'm acting like I'm pulling stuff, out of the way. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to try and sneakily cast Detect Magic on the circle. And, just be on the room because it's 30 foot, so.
Yep, and that does, what do you do to?
It is verbal and semantic, so.
Okay. So let's see.
I'll be like, oh, I'm pulling this big thing, and then I'm like doing the hand motion like behind,
Let's see. He's actively watching you. Excuse me. You see him start sliding the knife a bit, and he says, "You finish that spell, I finish him."
Wait, hang on. I don't even get a stealth check, or.
You can try. Yes, go ahead and make a stealth check. Sorry, I didn't know that you were doing it stealthily.
I said I was trying to hide it.
I apologize.
Keep going. More like sleight of hand.
Oh, yeah, same result.
I'm going to say, have you checked this? Is this magic?
He says, that's none of your business. Now back away from the door. And he's like looking you over and looking at Smoke as well, but not as much Smoke. But looking you over quite a bit, like he's trying to see something on you.
I can say, of course I don't have the tattoo visible, you idiot.
And he then just says, move out the way. And then he starts saying something to the guy, to the guy's, like, his hostage, who at this point is actually bleeding a bit from the neck. And he's like gritting his teeth and whispering in his ear.
What's he whispering?
Make perception check if either of you would like to hear. Smoke, are you doing anything particular? Or are you just kind of standing there going, ooh?
I'm waiting for my opportunity to strike.
Okay. All right.
And I'm a little distracted by the flying snakes.
Yeah, pretty much, yes. Of which one of them has taken an interest in you, as much as you've taken an interest in it. And Griffola, you could hear him. So you can make out some of the words he's saying, and it sounds like, let's see, trade, your wife, the stone, Now. And he kind of like gives the guy a bit of a shove and says, now pick that up. And he's like kind of like shoving the guy's face into the into some of the furniture, telling him to like move some of the stuff. The noble is visibly like shaking at this point. He's got like a goatee. He's easy on the eyes, you know, but he is obviously very shooken. Shooken? He is shooketh. And he is trying his best to move like some of this heavy furniture that he obviously put there to begin with, out of the way a bit. But they have only moved like a half a square towards you guys in the process.
Hey, Burnt Man, do you still have my stone?
And he says, "It's not here, you idiot! What do you think I'm doing? Now get through the door and knock it down if you're with me."
So where is the stone?
He's like, "What do you think I'm trying to do here? Now get this shit out of the way." And he looks like he's just lost all patience. He's like, "Do you not have any idea of authority in this? Now go."
I say, what exactly is your plan here?
He says, "That's none of your concern. Now move the furniture."
I say, you know, if you kill him, you're dead, right? If you kill your hostage here, you're dead.
"That's not your worry." And he looks really confident when he says that.
Yeah, I don't like authority.
Respect my authority.
I'm going to say, well, if it's none of my concern then, and as you're such a professional, I'm just going to move out of your way and let you continue about your business. And I'm actually going to move kind of across the room, like this. And then I just stand there, and I've got my arms crossed, and I'm like leaning up against the wall.
All right. Hold on 1 second.
Are you gonna just pet Smoke like?
Yeah. Oh, you're so soft.
I condition.
It shows.
He says, "I can see this isn't going to work." And
oh my god. Genius. Wow, it's like some small, incredibly attractive warlock who's really smart said that to you 5 seconds ago.
He says, "Zentarum," and he looks at both of you, or no, "if you are, you won't be for long." And he pushes the guy forward, and they both take a step towards you. The circle.
All right, if he's doing that, I'm
gonna shoot a firebolt at his face.
His face is directly next to the noble.
That's fine.
You do realize who you're talking to.
If you miss, you hit the noble.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's our stabby tabby.
Okay.
No,
roll
let
your
him
to hit.
When I see Smoke start casting, can I say, no, let him go?
Up to you. You haven't rolled the to hit yet.
Uh-oh.
Oh, crap.
Oh, crispy critter incoming.
Yeah, because the cast is just pretty much me pointing my finger at him. So it doesn't take long.
You still have to roll to hit. And if that's is that your to hit?
I guess. So how do you do a to hit with the spell?
Basically, you add in your spell modifier.
So I think, wait, would it be...
I don't have it on my sheet.
Right, hang on. Are you on Arcane Trickster? Or?
I could probably open your character.
Yes, Arcane Trickster.
So that would be intelligence, wouldn't it?
It is intelligence. In my
Did you?
So then you add your intelligence.
I don't know how to roll it. How do you roll it to hit for a spell?
1 second. Let's see. When I
An
go to
easy
your
way
spells.
would be
Your spell
to-
attack bonus is +4.
So,
Yes, it is.
So then whatever you rolled, +4.
would be
Okay, I
a-
guess that's an 8.
All right. So you miss, and roll your damage.
Uh-oh.
One
Oh.
crispy gent coming right up.
Seriously.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Guess how many hit points Mr. Noble has?
8.
9. So you go pew,
bang.
thinking I'm gonna take this opening, and he just kind of goes and moves the noble directly, like just that little nudge of the guy's face right in the way, and the noble just goes and hits him smack in the face, and he starts to drop, and the guy just like kind of holds him up with the knife and takes that extra step.
Wait, takes that extra step, meaning he's moving?
He was moving when you guys were attacking him. He was moving towards the circle.
I'm gonna rush forward and tackle him.
Okay. So
Which might be the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen.
let's
And
see
this
this
tiny
grapple
gnome is
check.
like,
Come on.
and it's more like I'm trying to like push him off, than anything. All right, so
Wait. Are you tackling him? Are you knocking him? Grabbing him? What are you doing?
I'm okay. So I kind of run and I like do that thing like where you grab somebody, except I'm not that tall, so I'm kind of
You're hugging his hip.
maybe.
Are you grabbing? Are you grabbing the guy's leg, or
Can I just punch
are you
him in the
grabbing
crotch?
the noble's leg? What is it that you're? Who are you grabbing? How's that?
I'm grabbing the Zentarum guy, the Super Zentarum, the Uber Zentarum,
Okay.
and I'm trying to stop him from entering the circle. But if I think that I can't stop him, then I'm just gonna hold on to him, like if he's going somewhere, he's taking me with him.
All right. So he finishes his stride. Actually, I will roll the athletics for that. He's gonna have a deep gnome attached to him while he does it. So I will have him do.
So
that.
can I do what do you want me to
You
see if
can-
I can stop him? He just
you're doing a
finishes his
grapple,
stride like.
So you're doing a grapple. So therefore, do an athletics check. Or no, no. Let's just do an athletics check because there's no real to hit on this. You're just jumping forward and grabbing him.
That's not too shabby.
His acrobatics is higher though, so
Yeah.
he continues with the stride.
Okay.
I'm gonna say at this point, you just go no, and you grab on, and he just keeps walking, and you're kind of like he's like, "Ugh," and he drags and he steps into the circle. And he says, "This guy's useless," and he just drops him to the floor, and whoosh, he disappears, and both you and the noble stay there. Noble drops to the ground. He's bleeding from the neck,
Was a fireball to the face.
and his
Smoldering from the
face is looking blackened.
That, sir, is racist.
I curse loudly and then try and make him. Can I make a medicine check or something to try and like
Yes,
stabilize him or something?
yes.
they're
make-
doing
make-
whatever the
medicine
shenanigans
check.
they're doing.
hold on.
Oh
But,
god.
so before we switch back, as that happens, the snakes in the room suddenly look really confused
Oh.
and all fly back into the cages. Into the cage, rather. The door's still open, but they all fly into the cage. And we'll go back to Natea and...
Because I think I just killed that guy. I'll save
Yeah,
you.
you guys did.
I told Vern, I'm like, go check on them. I'll deal with these knuckleheads here.
I just realized we let Griffola and Smoke go alone.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? I'm sure somebody's dead in there. Who knows what happened? I tell the guards, I'm like, who was in the bathroom? Who was in that room over there? Do you know?
You're asking.
The guards.
The guard.
Oh, they're just refusing to even talk to you at this point. They're just waving you off, saying "back off."
Okay, I'm gonna wait for Vern to get out of the room.
I make a dash to the door.
Okay, I gotta click this. There's dice on the page. There we go. All right. There's a little bit less stuff on the other side, but the door is still going to be a tight fit. Vern, you might have trouble wearing your scale mail as well. Getting through
Can
there.
I try bashing the door?
You can actually see visibly that there is like a large writing table, like a heavy oak table. Part of a sofa is protruding through. All this stuff is leaning up against the door, and it
Wow.
looks reasonable why the top half was just chopped and broken through.
Hmm.
You could try and do so. It will be very difficult.
If there's something blocking the door, I'm not gonna hurt myself doing that.
Hmm?
I say, there's a dude dying in here.
Wait, what? Basically, whip out my bag and throw in a, what the word thing? Where's the word? No, healer's kit. Throw one of them. I'll throw it in.
Okay, a medical kit pops through the doorway over the stuff on the wall.
That thing smells like piss.
It's better than nothing.
Okay. Pick it up. I don't know how
Come,
to use this
come from
thing.
the one who came from the source.
I'm trying to I'm gonna try and patch this guy up using the heal kit.
Can I mosey that way, I guess, since the guards are being really unhelpful, because I was gonna use my radiant attack on them, but I think I'll go in here behind Vern and be like, what's going on in
You can see
Some
that
nobleman somehow got burnt in the face.
Yeah, you hear
Yeah,
that
I'm-
coming through the door.
Move the furniture. I can't get in.
Orfola?
A weak ass will try to move some furniture while she's trying to heal the somehow burn mysteriously.
Your medicine check. You think he's either dead or dying very fast.
Wait, who, me?
Yes, with your medicine check.
So that medicine check was from before the heal kit arrived.
Yes.
Okay, so how can I use this heal kit?
Make a medicine check to figure out how to use it, since it's not.
Oh, God.
How long is it gonna take them to move the furniture?
Depends. If you guys are going to start trying to bust the door at the same time, probably just a round or two, maybe.
I'm
It's
just
gonna be
pushing
done before
Vern. I'm like, push the door, push the door.
Okay. So
Fine.
you think bandages go on, right? That's what people do, bandages. So you just start wrapping the neck and stuff, and you're actually putting some pressure on there, and the bleeding seems to be slowing a bit.
Because he's dying.
Yeah.
Can I see in at this point, like what they're doing?
Yeah, you can see that there's a large pool of blood. There's a guy on the ground, not moving. Excuse me.
What did y'all do in here? I can't get in yet. Pull the guy over here or something. Let me touch.
It looks
Try to
like it's
get
going
the
to take
wound.
too
Why
long.
was that not the best option?
Why are you all yelling at the warlock like how to heal?
It looks like it might be too late. You have like seconds at most.
Can I drag him over towards Natea?
I will say if you move him right now, that he is going to the bandages you put on are not going to hold anything anymore.
I don't
would
have
say
anything to help him.
Best guess at this point would be either somebody busts the door in, pushing the stuff aside, or somebody starts ripping the furniture out of the way ASAP, or both. Or magic. I don't know what magic
I'm gonna
is.
start bashing the door. I'm shoving
I'll
Vern
assist.
aside.
You're
I'm
gonna
trying to move
assist?
furniture.
Do we have our first assist?
Yeah, I'm just bashing the door.
All right. Roll it. Athletics.
I'm assisting.
Yep.
Let's just say that.
All right. So you actually smash and the door actually somewhat disintegrates upon you doing so. It's kind of just holding its place there because it has no place to fall. There's still a whole bunch of furniture. Smoke, are you moving any of the furniture?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying because I don't know medicine.
All right. So, you guys continue trying to smash the door the rest of the way, pushing the stuff out of the way. Takes you a few rounds to get through before you're able to get inside. Griffola, on the other hand, is doing her best to try and staunch the bleeding. The guy's part of his nose looks like it kind of got singed, burned off, something like that. Looks really bad. Vern, you get up to him. Natea, you get up to him. What do you guys do?
Take another roll of bandages from the kit and try patching him up better.
Okay. Natea? You gonna smash him with your hammer?
Oh yes. No, I'm gonna use cure
Finish
wounds
him.
on him.
Okay. All right. And with that, I think we'll stop here.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna click.
Perfect spot to stop. So with Vern desperately trying to stop the wounds or stop the bleeding, and Natea attempting to ask for divine intervention to preserve the life that may or may not be here at this point.
No, don't go to me for healing.
One of the
I'm a
noble
terrible
don't go to me
healer.
for you. One of this male hostage noble seems to have be laying on the ground at this point. Will he survive? And what does this mean for our group of adventurers? Tune in next time on Waterdeep Dungeons and Dragons Dragon Hoist. So thanks everybody for coming out. Hope you all had a good time, players and viewers alike. And we'll try and do this again next week. So that's about it. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.